All right, test, 1, 2, 1, 2. What's going on, team? It's Ricky with Tactical Solutions. Hope that you guys are all having an amazing Sunday. Welcome to our Sunday Stock Talk. I hope that you guys can hear me okay. I'm going to give it a couple of seconds so you guys can see exactly what it is that I have going on. Once you guys can see the live stream, if you guys can message in the live chat, just so I'm aware that we are live. But for those that are unaware, my name is Ricky. I host one of these Sunday Stock Talks every single Sunday in preparation for the overall week. So if you're just getting into the market, if you think that preparing in advance is something that you want to add to your routine, make sure you subscribe, drop a thumbs up, and again, we're going to continue to host these. So, all right, perfect. There we go. What's going on? We got Mo. What's going on, Mo? We got Chris, Damian, Timmy, Andrew, Kirk. What's up? What's up? What's going on, Eddie, Gabe, Chris, George? How you guys doing today? So Salt Life 1717. What's up? What's up? Yeah. So we just are setting up here at my new house. That's why I'm set up at this random area. I don't have my office set up just yet. So I do apologize for the delay. I normally live stream at around 6:30 p.m. But I couldn't find where my power cord was for my computer. So took a little bit longer than expected, but I hope that you guys can see the live stream. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump right to it. It should be a pretty interesting trading week. For those that are going to be asking the question, is the market open today in observance to Christopher Columbus? The answer is yes, the market is open tomorrow. So we got Nasdaq Futures. They are down about 0.5%. So that means that if the market were to open right now, SQQQ would be up 1.5% since it's triple leverage. So it says it's a little blurry. Dang. Okay. It might be the stream quality I just set up. Let me double check here. I just set up here at my house, so maybe it's the Wi-Fi connection. Let me know if the stream is okay. You can always adjust the stream settings. So please let me know. But without further ado, feel free to share your top stock that you would like me to break down, and let's make it happen. So we got Ronaldo with NOC. Let's go ahead and break that down. All right. You're gonna take us on a house tour eventually? Yeah, maybe when it's all said and done, we'll do a little house tour. So NOC. Let's go ahead and break this down. Looking at this on the day chart, overall super bullish. It looks like it's began to indicate signs of an uptrend after the beginning of 2021. Some pretty solid pullbacks. It looks a little bit more on the overbought side. I would definitely would like to, based off of previous resistance levels, obviously, unless it continues to indicate signs of an uptrend. If you're already in it, then great. But I just don't see the risk to reward ratios to be in my favor if I'm looking more for a day trade, right? We're a little bit too overbought here, where I would like this thing to pull on back maybe a little bit more. And then if it does, because it's been so bullish, then again you can manage that position size a little bit healthier. But let's look at this on the 4 hour. Looks like it has pretty low volume, so it's gapped up very nicely, but when it gaps up, it tends to pull back to the moving average. So that's kind of more the ideal entry that I would personally look for. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. What is going on, Jonathan? We got ticker symbol NIO. Again, if you guys are just tuning on in, please make sure that you drop a thumbs up and subscribe if you guys haven't done so already. So when it comes down to a day trade and or a long-term play, NIO as of right now, overall super bearish. Been making lower highs, lower lows. The concept of the cheap can always get cheaper. I would be very careful with NIO. I don't see there to be a reason to try to jump into this. I always ask myself a very simple question. I always encourage my Learn Plan Profit members to ask themselves a very simple question. It's, are you missing out by not being invested? And the very simple answer with this is no, you're probably saving money by not being invested. And I think that's something to take into consideration. So with that being said, definitely very oversold. I can see why you would have this in your watch list, but there's no reason on why I would buy any of this, as it's not indicating any signs of an uptrend on the big picture chart, nor on the day chart, right? Or the intraday chart either. So what's going on? We just joined LPP. Thank you for what you do. What's going on, Nate? Welcome to the team. So I'll see you tomorrow for our live trading session. For those that are newer, and if you want to watch me trade live, if you've been waiting for a big discount, the second link in the description. If you don't see the description, you can refresh it, but it's the second link in the description. It's $150 off. It's the biggest discount that we offer, and you can watch me trade live every single day. So it's a one-time payment, lifetime access, and you can watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow. So let's go ahead, and it looks like a lot of people are asking about Tesla. Let's go ahead and break that bad boy down. Tesla just absolutely getting wrecked. 6.3% down to 223. You know, if you're trying to make money right now, Tesla's probably not going to be the move, right? Tesla's very oversold. That being said, I mean, if you're someone that's in it for the long haul, right? You're not in it to try to make money right away, but you're someone that, you know, later down the road, as in maybe a couple of months or maybe even a couple of years, right? I could see this to be a great long-term investment. On intraday plays or day trades, it just wouldn't really make much sense because direction is not in your favor and it's more bearish than it has been bullish. And with the way that the market's looking right now, it's not going to be much of a surprise. I mean, Nasdaq is down another 0.5 point. So with that being said, yeah, I mean, we could only expect that it's going to continue to sell off, right? So taking that into consideration, the cheap can always get cheaper. So please make sure that you are aware of that. You set proper intentions. If your intention is not to make money right now, then yeah, I could see Tesla to be a great long-term investment. But as of right now, if you're trying to day trade to try to make money, again, don't overcomplicate it. Direction simply is not in your favor. I can see why you would add it to your watch list. It just would not make sense to try to trade right now. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Again, thank you again for everyone that's tuning on in. What's going on, Mary? Thumbs up, people. I appreciate that, Mary. All right, so okay, let's see which one we're breaking down. So we got Apple, we got DKNG. Let's go ahead and break both of those down. So again, if you want me to break down your stock, just make sure that you share it in the live chat. You know, I get asked this question pretty often of like, you know, what's a great stock to buy? And I would have to say, I mean, you can't go wrong with buying Apple, right? Apple's like as guaranteed as anything can get. It's one of the most valuable companies that's publicly traded. From where we're at right now to previous highs, it's a 26% ROI. I get it in perspective to a lot of other big plays. It's not the most amount of return, but it's, again, if you're just getting started in the stock market and you want to look into a decent stock that, you know, kind of does its own thing. It can move markets. It's gone through some pretty bad news because of its new iPhone release and worse than expected demand. But again, the entire markets are dropping. So again, if you're trying to make money right now, Apple's probably not going to be the move. If you're trying to make money in the future, right, as a long-term investment, you know, I am someone that's definitely picking up Apple at the 130, 140, 150 range, and I have no intention to sell it anytime soon. I think it's a great long-term play, and I'm very excited to follow up, right? But make sure you have proper intentions in place. You can't expect to make money on something that's currently still selling off. So Roddy Rich, what's up? Oh, I said I would break down DKNG. So we got, what's that ticker? Is that NEM? I'll have to break that one down. So this one's pretty easy. So yeah, DKNG is showing signs of a support. We can see that it's been selling off for some time at an active descending pattern. And now it's kind of just trading sideways. But again, it's asking yourself that simple question. Are you missing out by not being invested? And with this, the very simple answer would be no. You're still probably saving money because it's still indicating signs of lower highs and lower lows. I would set an alert if you really see this to be like a long-term play or something that you want to buy and maybe hold later down the road. Set those alerts, set proper expectations. Once direction is in your favor, there's great upside margin. But why overcomplicate it, right? I feel like that was a mistake I made very often when I first got started into the stock market, where I would try to always predict the bottom or just try to go in and fingers crossed that it would go up. But, you know, I think it's best just to keep trading simple, right? Keep your investing simple, set those alerts, create that watch list, and I think that this could be something that if it does begin to indicate signs of an uptrend, you can always revisit, and it's not something that you have to try to nickel and dime right as an opportunity. So I think someone asked, how are we trading on a Sunday? We are not trading. This is just, we're just breaking down stocks. You can do an analysis even when the market's closed. So what's going on, Umar? So we got AFRM. Let's go ahead and break that one down, homeboy. Okay, so huge descending pattern, no indication of an uptrend again. There's just no reason on why I would buy this, because it's not indicating signs of an uptrend on the day chart nor on the intraday chart, right? It's showing signs of a potential support, so it could have a nice little upswing, but until we get that confirmation, I would just say set those alerts and keep it simple. So yeah, we were just talking about that in the Learn Plan Profit chat room. So talking about PayPal and the negative news that it's received over the weekend, it's going to be pretty interesting to see how it actually opens. Could it be a good short position, maybe for a short period of time? Direction has not been in PayPal's favor. It's been making lower highs and lower lows, continuously selling off. This is going to be a play where, again, we can always revisit when it begins to indicate signs of an uptrend. But as of right now, it's just looking pretty rough for PayPal, right? So again, it's putting your money in areas where you think are going to grow over time. And PayPal just hasn't had, ever since the pandemic, has not had the best performance. So I'd be very, very careful. Excuse me. I'd be very, very careful with rushing into something like PayPal. So, all right, we got Roddy Rich here with, is it NEM? Is that the ticker? I couldn't read your, okay. So on the day chart, very oversold, direction's not in your favor. It's not really indicating signs of a reversal. So again, we're still showing signs of a support here. So one of the concepts that we talk about very often within my Learn Plan Profit group is the 3 stages of a reversal. There's the rejection phase, which is actively selling off. There's a consolidation phase, which is showing signs of a support where it's no longer selling off. And then there's the confirmation, when it's beginning to indicate signs of an uptrend, right? So this is a perfect example of rejection, consolidation, and then confirmation. So keep it simple. Wait for that confirmation, wait for those higher highs, and then when it does present itself, you can always jump in, right? Try it. Again, it's much easier said than done, and I 100% agree, but your job is not to be perfect as a trader. Your job is not to be perfect as an investor. You will never be perfect, right? Instead of trying to always predict the bottom or when something you think is going to happen, why not just keep it simple, set those alerts, and when opportunity does present itself, then you attack, right? That just means that you have to be more disciplined with your alerts, holding yourself accountable, and making sure that you follow up with these stocks that you see value in consistently, right? Because I do get it that it does get kind of hectic as, markets are always changing. But again, just take that into consideration where if you're really trying to get into the market and you're really trying to get better, just try to, less is more, in my opinion, when it comes down to that. Don't overcomplicate it. Less is definitely more. So any chance that TQQQ will go to 0? No. So what's going on, Ed Ventures? When it comes down to TQQQ, it's never done one before, but TQQQ would go most likely through a reverse stock split before if it begins to trade below like $10 a share, it would go through a reverse stock split. You can Google search it. TQQQ has never done a reverse stock split. They've only done regular stock splits like Tesla, right? Where they reduce their price per share and then they increase the shares available because they wanted to make it more affordable. It's SQQQ that normally does reverse stock splits. So fun little thing to know if you weren't aware of it. So I think TQQQ is something that we got to pay a lot of close attention to, right? It's probably closer to the bottom than it is to the overall top. But with that being said, it could always get cheaper. So no reason to rush into it. This is why we were shorting the market last week. And I was very grateful for the Friday, right? I had cleared a little bit over $40,000, and we'll see how the market opens tomorrow, right? We got the Nasdaq down 0.4%, so I'm excited for my SQQQ position. So for those that are unaware, I was shorting the market last week. I still have an open position of about $200,000 shorting the market. I will be closing it pretty soon. I think that the market is closer to the bottom than it is to the top. So with that being said, I'm having fun on the way down, and trying to make money that way. But I know that the way to go is always with these long-term plays, and that the market will eventually recover. So just want to make sure that you guys are aware of my intention, right? Yeah, new lows this week. Futures are looking weak. Yeah. If we look at it, futures are testing 11,000 as a support. If we break below 11,000, it's not going to be a good sign for Nasdaq. I mean, it's as simple as that. If we break below 11,000, which we're really close to, be ready for some selling pressure, right? For those that are unaware, we have pretty significant weeks, or we have a pretty significant day this week. If I'm not mistaken, it's going to be on the 13th. So it's going to be on the 13th. It's going to be on Thursday. If I'm not mistaken, the CPI data report is going to be this Thursday, the 13th of October, which is the inflation report. I'm thinking of hosting a live stream. It's going to be 1 hour, if I'm not mistaken, before the market opens. You guys can let me know down in the comment section, or depending on how many likes this video gets, I would love to host that live stream. But again, you guys tell me, right? It's 1 hour before the market opens, which means that it's at 5:30 Arizona time. And yeah, I think it would be a fun live stream. I think it'd be nice to see how the market reacts and to see if inflation has still peaked or if inflation comes in higher than expected. So my goal is also to keep it simple, right? So if you think that these reports are a little complicated, I can reassure you that if you tune on into one of our live streams, it's very simple to understand. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's go ahead and do 2 more. How does that sound? 2 more? Alrighty. Make sure, again, you guys drop a thumbs up. Make sure you guys subscribe and turn on those post notifications so YouTube alerts you when it is that I go live. So let's see. Oh, we got here Salt Live posting it in the ticker call out format, so I appreciate that. Let's go ahead and break down CF, and then we got RCL. So CF. Okay. I love that you're focusing on something where direction is in your favor. It's been making higher highs and higher lows. It looks a little bit more on the overbought side for me, right? So based off of previous resistance levels, we're definitely on the overbought side. I would like to get it a little bit closer to the support just to make sure that upside margin is worth it. The thing that I like to ask myself is, risk to reward ratio. What's my upside potential versus my downside risk? And we're just too overbought, where if you're trying to make money right now because direction's in your favor, then again, all power to you. But for me, if I was already in this play, I would consider more locking in profits or reducing my position size at these overbought levels in preparation for a potential pullback. So let's go ahead and do RCL. That's Royal Caribbean. Big gap down, so a lot of upside potential, but again, keep it simple. Set those alerts. If direction ends up being in your favor, then great, we can follow up with it. But if this thing continues to sell off, then why buy now, right? So set those alerts. If we begin to indicate signs of an uptrend, you could always, make that decision of, okay, direction's not in my favor. It's proactively indicating signs of an uptrend. Now I want to be a part of it, right? We have American Airlines. Yeah, so American Airlines is a pretty solid one as well at $12. If we look at the 4-hour time frame based off of recent patterns, $12 tends to be a pretty common support level. But again, if the market continues to sell off, then so will American Airlines. I think that if you're someone that can stomach the time that it will take for something like American Airlines to recover, great. If not, again, I just wouldn't risk it. I have fun trading American Airlines from time to time. I understand that direction is not in our favor. It adds an extra layer of risk. But it tends to have these like 20 to 30% moves depending on how oversold it becomes, and then these nice little upswings, and then it pulls back and then has nice little upswings. It pulls back and then it has nice little upswings. So they're short-lived rallies. I understand and I respect the overall descending pattern of American Airlines, and it just adds another layer of risk, right? So it's something to take into consideration before making the decision of forcing an entry on something where, again, it can definitely get worse before it can get better. So if you're someone that can stomach it, then great. If not, I wouldn't even overcomplicate it. There's so much opportunity out there right now with Apple, with Tesla, with Amazon, with Microsoft. Some of the most valuable companies that are publicly traded are super, super cheap right now. And I think that, and again, I guess we'll just have to look back maybe a year or 2 years from now. But I think that a lot of people will look back and simply regret not investing, just simply investing in these companies, where it's like, why didn't I buy when they were all down? It's very difficult or very challenging, right, to stomach the idea of buying these because the markets continue to get worse, and I respect that. But I just think it's very important to understand the big picture, right? And it's not an if, it's a when the markets recover, because markets always recover. The simple question to ask yourself is, can you tolerate the time that it will take to recover? That's all I ever tell my friends right now, friends or family that reach out to me like, hey Ricky, do you think now is a good time to invest? Do you think now is a good time to buy? I always talk about just manage that position size, right? Try to keep it less than 30%, because markets can definitely get cheaper. And keep it simple, right? Pick 1 to maybe 3 different stocks that you wouldn't mind buying and holding for a long period of time, and just keep it like that. And I think that's the best piece of advice that I can have for all of you guys is I'm not here to convince you to invest in what I'm investing in. I respect that we all see value in different ways. I would just encourage you to, watch that position size, understand that the market can get worse before it can get better, and keep it simple. So keep that watch list, keep those positions limited. And I think the more that you limit yourself and the more you hold yourself accountable, especially during this very uncertain time, I think by you focusing on 1 to maybe 3 different stocks long term is something that can definitely play off well in the future. So, but again, only time will tell, right? I'm choosing to take that risk. You don't have to. I guess that, we'll just look back maybe a year or 2 years from now and see if that was right or wrong, right? I really do appreciate you guys' time. I'm going to grab dinner with my family and get ready for our live trading session tomorrow. So I'm going to be trading live with our Learn Plan Profit Group. Again, I trade live with them every single morning right at market open. I'm sure you've heard me talk about them. They are the only group that I work with on a closer basis, and it is the second link in the description of this video. It's $150 off right now. If you want to join, great. If you don't, I respect that. But if you want to work with me, if you want to learn how to trade, if you want to watch me trade live every single day, I don't trade live once a week or once a month. I trade live every single day the market's open. So tomorrow, right at market open, we're going to be going live. I'm excited to follow up with you guys, see how it ends up panning out, and let's make it happen. So again, second link in the description. What's going on, Blossom? But yeah, I'll see you tomorrow right at market open. I hope and wish you guys an amazing Sunday. Thank you guys for your time. Hope that I earned your thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. Friendly reminder, I'm using the Webull trading platform. It is a free trading app. The 5th link in the description of this video. If you use my link and deposit $1, you will earn up to 12 free stocks just for using my link. You get 12 free stocks, I get 1. We both, get an incentive, and you can test it out. It's free. You can withdraw those 12 free stocks once the funds settle, and you can close the account if you end up not liking it. But if you're going to join LPP, if you're going to watch me trade live every day, this is the platform that I use. So again, if you want to give it take some time, the 5th link in the description is going to be that Webull trading app link. So enjoy, Ricky. Thank you for the new house. So $150 off. How much is it? Again, check it out. It's the 2nd link in the description. So I really do appreciate you guys' time. Hope that we earned your thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. If you guys have any questions, you guys know how to reach out to me. That's going to be via Discord, and that's that 1st link in the description of this video. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. That's that 3rd link down below. And if you want anything like a trading mouse pad or anything like that, that's all available at shoptechbits.com, and that's that 4th link in the description. I'll see you tomorrow at market open for our live trading session. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.